Good morning. So we are going to come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you, legs crossed, half lotus, legs out in front. And I want you just to take a moment and just sit quietly. And if it feels safe for you, close your eyes and just don't do anything right now. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, my inhale has become deep. Breathing out, my exhale has become slow. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release all of my worries and anxieties. Breathing in, I dwell deeply in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. In and out, deep and slow, calm, at ease, smile, release. Present moment, wonderful moment. So you may have noticed that your breath deepened while I was reading. If it has not, you can begin to deepen your breath now, cultivating your Ujjayi breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, but tightening up your throat so you get that awesome Darth Vader sound as you breathe in. Our Ujjayi breath is our victorious breath. It helps us build heat. It helps us stay strong. And above all else, our breath is the metronome for our practice, but also the metronome for our life. It's said that once you master your breath, you master life. I don't know if you quite get a master's in it, but it is a lot easier to deal with life when you do have excellent control of your breath. So let's just take a few of those nice Ujjayi breaths here, breathing in and breathing out, allowing it to rattle around, maybe adjusting the tension in your throat until you find what works best for you. And let each inhale pull you up a little taller and a little straighter. And with each exhale, you can take the shoulders away from the ears. With your next inhale, take your arms up, look up. Allow your palms to meet overhead. And then bring them right down to heart center. You can bow your chin here if you'd like. Press the thumbs into your chest. And take a moment to set an intention. So your intention can be something as simple as, oh God, don't fall over. Or it can be something bigger. A lot of people do better when they dedicate it to something greater than themselves. So perhaps you want to set this intention to dedicate the practice to someone who is in need right now. With your next breath, breathe in all the love and possibility of the brand new day. And with your exhale, send out peace and healing to everyone in the world who needs it today. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring them behind your back, fingers pointing forward as you bring your legs in front of you, feet to the ground. Next, inhale, you're going to inhale your hips up if it's available to you, coming into reverse table. Exhale here. Inhale, see if you can bring the hips up a little higher. Exhale here. Inhale, hug the shoulder blades in toward one another. Nice adjustments, everyone. Exhale here. 2 more breaths. And slowly, gently come down. Crisscross your legs and roll over into tabletop. And set up for your cat-cow, taking a moment to ensure that your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Make your neck nice and long. Allow it to straighten out your spine as you bring the crown of your head forward. Then inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, head and hips lift, belly drops. Exhale, cat. I'm going to give you a few breaths to explore this movement on your own with your own breath, making them as deep as you'd like, moving at your own pace without worrying about me or what any of your friends are doing. And let's say after our next cat that we hold it there. Allow your head to really hang here for a moment. Press through the hands, arch the shoulders a little bit more if you can. And now take the hips back about 4 to 5 inches. Just really stretch that upper back, stretch the shoulders. It feels good, right? Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a moment to explore here. Maybe your heels find the ground, maybe they don't. Remembering that that is not a measure of who you are as a yogi. That is simply a question of anatomy. Take your hips up a little bit higher. Nice adjustment, Carolyn. Take your chest back a little bit more if you have space. And then tippy toe jump or bunny hop to the top of your mat and stay folded there. Interlace your hands behind the small of your back, resting right on your sacrum. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, come up to stand just like that. And then as you exhale, bend the knees deeply, come into a forward fold. See if you can take the hands off the sacrum. So again, inhale, bend deeply, come up to stand, pull the hands down, open the heart. Exhale, bend them deeply, come back into your shoulder stretch. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hold it here in the shoulder stretch for a few breaths. Don't take it any further than is comfortable in this stretch, but maybe explore what is open to you today. You may surprise yourself. And release the hands to the ground. Grab opposite elbows. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Shake your head maybe. Rock gently from side to side, very gently swaying. Then releasing the hands to the ground. Just tippy toe your, no, I guess this would be tippy toe your fingers. Take the tips of your fingers over to the outside of the right foot, just getting a very gentle twist in here. And then walk them around slowly to the other side. Come back to center. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right calf. Send the right arm up to the sky. Hold here. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, switch. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. One vertebrae at a time. Roll your body up and find your Tadasana at the top of the mat. Tadasana is our standing mountain pose. It is the foundation for most yoga poses. So let's firm up this mountain so it's not just a pile of rocks that's going to topple over. So your feet are about hip distance apart. Some people are comfortable with their feet together. Some people are comfortable with them slightly wider than hip. Find what feels best for you. And once you think you found it, pick up all of those toes and spread them really wide. And now rock gently back and forth until you feel the four corners of your feet connect to the earth. If your feet were roller skates, it would be where all the wheels are. Drop your toes. Press through the feet, engaging the legs along the way. Kneecaps lift up. Lower spine tucks. Tailbone tucks under so it's pointed straight down at the ground. Heart is open. Fingertips are pulling for the earth. A nice way to check this is to roll your shoulders up slightly back as you take them down and allow the fingertips now to reach for the earth. Take the crown of your head up to the stars. Allow your neck to be nice and long. And now take your jaw back just a tiny bit. Hold it here. And check in with your body. How do you feel? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. One last round. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Beautiful. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach. Let's take them to Tadasana on the exhale this time, and we'll set up for Sun Salutation A. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale, lower to the ground, knees down or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here an extra breath or two. Then inhale to the top of your mat. Fold when you get there. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach. Let's take it back to Tadasana as we set up for Sun Salutation B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, step your right foot next to your right thumb. Come into warrior one. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, step back to plank. Move through your transitions. Lower to the ground. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Then we're going to step the left foot through to the left thumb. Come up, warrior one. Exhale, frame that foot. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale, down to the ground your way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come to the top of your mat on an inhale. Fold. Next inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up into chair. Exhale, find Tadasana. Take a moment here in your Tadasana. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Optional vinyasa, or take it right back to a no yasa. Kick it right back to downward facing dog. Your choice. You always have the no yasa option in my class. Step the right foot through. We're coming into warrior one once again. So take a moment setting up your footing. Back foot's at about 45 degrees. I do not have a protractor on my body. And I don't think any of you do, because that would be weird. So as long as your foot's not at 0 and it's not at 90, we're going to call it 45 today. So really reach through those fingers. Strong fingers mean strong arms. But now drop the shoulders away from the ears. Feel strong here. Take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale your heart up to the sky. Take your gaze gently up. Exhale, fold into humble warrior. Bringing the right shoulder close to the right knee, pivoting your torso to the left if you need to make it fit. Be humbled here. Let your head hang. Keep that back foot pressing into the ground. With our next breath, we're going to release the hands down inside the right foot. You may heel toe the foot over to the outside edge of the mat if that's more comfortable. Set up for runner's lunge here, coming onto the ball of the left foot. Or if lizard is more your speed today, you can come all the way down to the forearms. If it's in your practice to let that knee fall open, let it fall open. Wherever you are in this pose, come back to the hands. Heel toe that foot in. Bring your hands to either side of the foot now. You can step the left foot in a little bit because we're coming into high crescent lunge. When you feel stable, rise up. See if you can get your hands to meet overhead. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, bend it. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. Now find your fullest expression of this pose, and we're going to hold it here. Bring your hands down to the ground to frame the right foot as we set up for standing split. If this is not available to you today, do not fret. You can take it to a supported warrior 3 or just stay in this version of a runner's lunge. Explore and have fun. And remember that honoring your body and what it is capable of is the highest form of yoga. You're going to bring that left foot down to the ground. Step the right foot back to meet it, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale to the ground. Yes, it's another vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we already know where we're going. From here, we're going to step the left foot forward and come into warrior 1. Taking our time setting up this warrior. It's not part of the flow like a sun salutation. So that back foot's at about 45. Whether you need to widen your stance or make it more narrow, do that now. And take the arms up, strong fingers, strong arms. Take the shoulders over the hips. Maybe move your shoulder. There you go, Carolyn. Thank you. You got this. You are my strong warriors. Next, we're going to interlace the hands behind the small of the back, and I challenge you to use the other grip this time, the weird one, the one you never do. Inhale your heart up to the sky, and exhale, fold into humble warrior, left shoulder to left knee, pivoting the torso to the right if you need to, and allowing your head to hang once you're in the pose. Bring the hands down inside the left foot. You can heel toe that foot over a little bit more, and we set up for runner's lunge. So maybe kick the right foot back a little, come onto the ball. Now, once you are here, if it is in your practice to come into lizard, to come down to the forearms, go right ahead. And once you are there, if it is in your wheelhouse today to drop that knee open, you are welcome to. It's always good to challenge yourself, but always know your body's limitations and celebrate them by giving it what it needs. Whatever version of this pose you have chosen, press through the hands, come back up. Bring the foot in as you take the left hand to the other side of the foot. Step the right foot in a little bit, and when you feel stable, let's come up into our high crescent lunge. Once you are in it, see if you can press the hands together overhead. Not a requirement, just an extra challenge today. Once you've found your lunge, inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, exhale. In and out. Hold it here. Find your deepest expression of this pose. Then we're going to bring the hands down to frame the foot, setting up for standing split or supported warrior 3 if that's more your speed today. Knowing that this side may not be the same as the other side, and maybe you can try something different here. We're going to carefully bring the right foot back to the back of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet it. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale lower to the ground. Inhale up. Exhale downward facing dog. And I'm going to offer now for a water break. This is a really good place to break because it is a little warmer than we've been used to today. So we're going to come to the top of our mat, everyone, and fold. Let's start here. Just find the rhythm of our breath again. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're going to hold the next one. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Stay here, whether your hands are on the shins or on the ground. Take the shoulder blades back a tiny bit. Nice. Take the crown of your head forward a little bit more. Gazes at the ground. Really flatten out that back. One more breath here. And fold. Let your fingertips graze the ground before you roll up one vertebrae at a time like a reanimated doll in a horror movie. Slowly to the top. So let's find our Tadasana. Get those feet nice and grounded. We're going to be coming into tree pose. So just like those toes are little seeds, I want you to pick up all of the toes on your left foot and then drop them one at a time like you're planting seeds. Once that foot feels firmly rooted, keep the knee a little loose here. Bring the right foot up to come into tree. So tree can be on your calf. Tree can be on your inner thigh. If it is windy in your forest or your balance is crappy today, tree can be with your toe on the ground. It is still tree. But whenever you found your favorite version of it, I want you to find your favorite mudra. Pull everything in and up through your core for balance. Perhaps find a drishti, something that's not moving on the ground or in the distance. Definitely not that running squirrel, right? And just breathe here. Now we're going to bring the hands to prayer as we bring the right knee up in front of us. And then deeply bending the left knee, we're going to start to send it back into warrior three. Take your time. Once you are in warrior three, take your arms back behind you for balance, almost like a beautiful bird in flight. Bring the right foot back to the top of the mat. Shake out that standing leg. Take a moment. Let's find Tadasana again. Don't worry, we're going to do it to the other leg now. So now this time we're going to pick up all the toes on the right foot, and just like little seeds, we're going to plant them, waiting for our tree to grow. Then when you feel ready, you're going to bring the left leg up. Your knee is going to want to pull forward. Just try to keep it back so your hips stay square. When you found your tree on this side, find your favorite mudra, whatever that is. Just settle in. Look for something other than running squirrels to focus on. Keep engaging through this entire area. And now if your hands are not already in prayer, bring them there as you float the right knee out in front. Deeply bend the right knee now, yes. I said that backwards. And start to send the left foot back for warrior three. And when you found it, send the arms out behind you. Step to the top of the mat. Shake out the standing leg. Inhale, take those arms up. Take your gaze up with it. And exhale, let's fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold it here for a moment. And remember, anything I cue from down dog, you can do from your hands and knees if your shoulders are getting tired. So we are going to step the right leg through, coming into a low lunge. So once that right foot is right next to your right hand, drop the left knee and rise up into your low lunge. Arms come up, gaze comes up, shoulders come down. See if you can take the entire shoulder girdle open a little bit more so your heart is just expressing itself a teensy bit. Bring your hands to frame the foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. We're going to do my favorite thing next, the other side. So step that left foot through. Once it's through, drop the right knee to the ground. Come up. Fingers up, gaze up, shoulders down. See if you can open the shoulder girdle so your heart is cracked wide open. And frame that foot. Downward facing dog. This time when we step the right foot through, we're going to come into half split. So step it through, drop the left knee. This time we're going to walk the hands back. So the right leg is straight. This may involve you having to schlep your foot forward with your hands, which is fine. Try to keep the hips over the back knee to start. Toes reach up to the sky. And then if you feel like you can go deeper, you can take it deeper. Walk the hands forward now. So we're back in a low lunge. We're going to pick up the back knee, step it back to downward facing dog. Prepare for the other side. Step the left foot through. Drop the back knee. Now walk the hands back and assisting that foot if you need to. Bring the toes up so it's super extra excruciating. Hips over the knee. And then once you've found this version of it, see if you have a deeper expression in your body. And remember, if you don't, that's okay. Some people get their best stretch up high. Some people get it down low. The goal is to find. Yeah, it depends. Everybody's body is different. I can actually go all the way down to the ground in this, but I get a better stretch up top. Because I have stupidly tight hamstrings. Walk the hands forward. Pick up the back knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Let's shake out the hips a little bit. So inhale them to the right. Exhale them to the left. Remember, move with your breath or else you're just wiggling your butt at people in the park and it's weird then. It's very weird. And after the next time you come to the left, just gently drop your knees to the ground. We're setting up for camel. So I want you to walk your hands back so you're sitting up high on your knees like Susan is. So we're going to take a moment coming into this. So bring your hands to your lower spine for support. You can also, behind your back, if you can grab your forearms, you can do that. And then inhale, lengthen all the way up from your hips all the way up. And then just start to take your heart up and see what happens at that point. And now lifting up out of those hips, see if you can take the back bend back any further. If you can come into the full expression, hands on your heels or your calves, that's wonderful. But if not, just enjoy this stretch. It feels nice. If anyone has blocks, you can put a block between your knee and then another one standing up between the feet. Squeeze the blocks with the legs and then try to bring your hands down to the back block, as that will be up higher than your ankles and it might be more accessible for you or when you practice at home. So one more breath here. Then inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, bring them carefully down to the ground. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right thumb. We are setting up this time for a full split. If this is not available to you today, option to take another half split here, which is a wonderful stretch. So drop the back knee. Pressing through the hands, come up, lift the back knee, take it back to downward facing dog to reset, because you know we're going to do it on the other side. So step that left foot through to the left hand. Take a moment. If you're coming into full split, extend the left leg. If you're coming into half split, walk it back here. So we're going to press through the hands, come up, take it back to downward facing dog. Let's shake those hips out one more time, moving with our breath. And now we're going to take the left knee to the left, the right knee to the right wrist. We're setting up for pigeon now. So in pigeon, we've all seen the perfect textbook Instagram photos where the leg is perfectly aligned with the top of the mat. That is not realistic for a lot of us. So explore. If your leg is best parallel to the top of the mat, great. But if it is tight, you can try taking the right heel down toward the left hip so you're more of a 45-degree angle. Walk the hands back, open the heart, and now start to walk the hands forward, coming down into sleeping pigeon. If you cannot bring your forehead to the ground, you can make a little pillow out of your hands. And relax here. Hip openers are rough for so many reasons. All right, cute little sleeping pigeons. We're going to press ourselves back up. I want you to roll onto your right sits bone and turn and look at the left foot now, left toes coming up to the sky. You can bring the right foot inside the left thigh. And turning so your nose is aligned with that left foot, simply fold over the left leg, Janu Shirsasana. Remember, it doesn't matter how far down you get. It doesn't matter where your hands touch today. As a matter of fact, if you need a death grip to stay where you are, I would say that you've gone a smidge too far, and I would encourage you to back off just a tiny bit. And then surrender here. You guys did all those splits, standing and otherwise. The hard stuff's done. Just relax here. And slowly walk the hands up. See if you can now widen the distance between your knees at all. Now I want you to bring the right elbow down inside the right leg as you take the left arm over. for this variation of Parigasana or gate pose. Stay with your breath, allowing your body to relax in this shape. Then slowly come up and bring your hands to the top of your mat. Roll onto the right knee. Send it back, downward facing dog. I think that was the least awkward transition we've ever had in that pose. I think I finally nailed it. And then let's send the left knee forward to the left wrist. Setting up for pigeon on this side. Remembering that your hips, just like your hamstrings, are probably very different. So exploring what feels best on this side before we come down. Walk the hands back. Open that heart. Take the shoulders back for just a second. And then walk the hands forward and fold. Using this practice as the pause button in your day or your week. An excuse to just take some stillness for yourself. And slowly, slowly walk it up. Roll onto the left sits bone, and then turn and look at the right foot as you bring the right toes up. Left foot can come inside the right thigh. Turn and look so your nose is lined up with that right foot, and then fold, Janu Shirsasana, head to knee pose. Slowly walk the hands up. Bring the right arm down inside the right leg. See if you can widen the distance between the knees at all here. And then let's stretch. So your left hand is reaching for those right toes. It may never find it. And you know what? It's okay. Just enjoy the stretch. Allowing that side body to open. Breathe into all that space you're making there. And then surrender. Slowly come up. Hands are going to come to the top of the mat. Roll onto the left knee. Take it to tabletop. Crisscross the ankles. Walk your hands back till you're seated. And then make your way down so you're laying down on the mat. Good job. Good job. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a giant hug. Pretend it's from me. And now extend the left leg out straight in front of you as you grab hold of the right big toe with your index finger and your middle finger. Send the foot up to the sky, and if your arm is not long enough to facilitate this, you can walk the hand down, so maybe it's on the calf or the hamstring, so that way you can get the full expression of the stretch. If this is hard on your lower back, you can bend the left knee, bring the foot to the floor. And now send the right foot open to the side. Nothing else changes except that foot's just going to come open to the side, stretching out that hip. Hug the right knee into your chest. Give it a big squeeze. And then send the right leg down to the ground. Hug the left knee in. Grab hold of the big toe again with the two fingers. Send it up to the sky. And if you need to walk the hands down the leg to get a better stretch, you go right ahead. And now send that left leg open to the side, just stretching open that hip, taking it only as far as is comfortable. Remembering that one hip may be much tighter than the other, so you may not get the same pose on both sides. Now hug that knee back into your chest. Send the left foot to the ground, but keep the knee up to the sky. Now you're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh, creating a cute little number 4 there. Flex the right foot. Pick the left foot up off the ground, and if you'd like, you can hug behind the left hamstring or around the entire leg. Gently bring the left foot down to the ground, unwind everything, and as the right foot comes down to the ground, we're just going to switch. So this time we're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh, make sure that foot stays flexed, and then pick the right foot right up off the ground and just enjoy the stretch. Bring the right foot down to the ground. Bring the left foot down to the ground. Option here to windshield wiper your knees or to hug your knees in and circle them around. Anyone who was at the class with me the other night when I discovered I can't do that with my knees and heard me laughing like a fool can choose the windshield wiper option. And then if there's anything else you need to do to prepare your body for Shavasana, now is your time. If you feel ready and prepared for relaxation, go ahead and find your favorite version of Shavasana right here. and settle in. My strength is not determined by the heaviness I choose to carry. When I loosen my grip on what once was, I allow myself to experience the fullness of what is now. When I release what no longer serves me, I return to the natural rhythm of my highest self. To be connected to self is to be connected to the very ground I stand on, the foundation where all rises from. My past does not define all that I am. It waters my roots and prepares me for where I am going. Start to deepen your breathing, coming back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes gently. Keep the eyes closed. You stretch the arms up over your head and reach all the way from the tips of those fingers to the tips of your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself one final hug. And then roll onto your right side, taking a moment. Appreciating the shape, symbolic of rebirth. Because every single time we step onto our mat, we change. Just like with every moment of the day, we change. With every breath, we change. It's up to us to always make a conscious decision to change for the better. Take a deep breath in, seal that commitment, and then come up to a comfortable seat with your hands pressed at heart center. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. As always, I wish you nothing but love and light. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I think if we ever decide to make a mascot, instead of a warrior, it should be a running squirrel. He was like furiously running just when I said Dristy. I'm like, oh, that won't be good. Not to mention all the loud bikers yelling as loud as they could as they